What's going on, guys? Ragdoll here. Today I'm going to show you guys exactly how I edit my own videos. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay guys, so I'm actually going to be doing two parts. This first part, which is going to be the part you're watching right now, I'm actually just going to show you guys exactly how I edit the video, like the actual videos, which is going to be the intro, the second intro, which is where I'm basically explaining what's going to be all going on, the main section, which is going to be the part where I'm doing the stuff, and then the last section, or the fourth/third section, which is going to be where I'm doing my outro, which is where I'm wrapping everything up. So first thing you'll want to do is you're going to want to import your video. Also, I'm going to be doing the second section as where I'm editing the music, so you guys hear it as you guys hear it in the video when it's done and uploaded to YouTube. So first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you have your videos ready. Now this is going to be something that I've already done, so you'll probably recognize it, and you're going to be making sure that you have everything. So what I'm going to do is what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to Central. I'm going to click on every single one of them, as well as I'm also going to click on the intro that I'm going to be using, as well as the outro that I'm going to be using, the second outro, which I didn't tell you guys about that, but there's actually a second outro, which I'm going to be using this, which I don't normally use, but we're going to go ahead and put it in there. So first thing you want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and put in the very first section, which is always going to be the very first thing you guys see, which is going to be the very first intro, or this right here. And I always like to make sure that it's doesn't look like this, but well, actually this is actually how it's supposed to look. But what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to now put in this section, which is going to be the very second intro, and now we get to go ahead and make sure that this one looks right. So we're going to go ahead and just go to 47, because this is how it usually looks. And now we're going to go to the second section, which is going to be the main section, which is about 10 minutes, which is like 10, almost 11 minutes long. Go ahead and go here. We're going to put, and I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys a trick. Once you know what the thing looks like before, instead of going all the way down, you can just literally just press in the numbers and do that, and just literally just immediately gets you to what you're trying to be. Then the second thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and just go here, and you're going to want to go ahead and just put in this outro section, which is going to be right here. Excuse me. There you go. And now you're going to put in this part right here. So you're going to want to go ahead and take care of this. So this, you're going to do the same thing that you did with the other stuff. 47, and there you go with that. And then you have this section, which is going to be slightly more difficult, because this one you have to make sure you know what you're doing. So we're going to go ahead and go to controls, and this one since we have this, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to make sure that we can get it to look the right way. This is how it's supposed to look. This is how it looks in the video that I created. I'm pretty sure this is how it looks in the video, and it also has no sound to it, which is what we want. We don't want it to have any sound. So we're going to go ahead and just do that. We're going to go ahead and go to the end. Now here's something that I normally wouldn't usually do, but this is something I'm going to go ahead and show you guys right now. So for this, we're going to go ahead and show you guys exactly how it looks. So we're going to go ahead and show you guys this. So this is how I would probably would normally edit the video. So we're going to go ahead and put that there, and we're going to keep on doing that until we get to about, I don't know, say 11 seconds, 12 minutes, until we're over 12 minutes long. Good deal over 12 minutes long. Then you got this, which we're going to do the exact same thing here. Go ahead and move it here, and then we're going to move it down. And I'm just going to go ahead and leave it so it's like this, but normally you want to make sure that it's like this. Now, if you don't really know where it's supposed to be, you always go here, So okay, so they're all at 35. So once we do that, we can just do what we did with the other video. We can just go like this, which is very easy and simple. Just click on just do 35, and they would literally just give you that. So if you guys don't want to take a long time, you can literally just go to 35 and just type in 35, press and enter, and you got what you need. So do that with every single section of the outro. Which, by the way, guys, the last video you guys saw me do, which is when I was doing the last outro, you guys should recognize it. This is actually, I actually made this on the video from the last video I did. This is actually, I made this from the very same website you guys saw me do with the last video. So, yeah. Yeah. So, now we're going to go ahead and move on to the second section, which is going to be where I show you guys exactly how I edit my music. Okay guys, so for this next section, I decided to go ahead and show you how I edit the music that I put in the videos, so you guys can exactly see so you guys know how I do it when you guys see it on the video on YouTube when it's done and uploaded. So I already went ahead and just decided to go ahead and import the music so you guys didn't have to go through seeing me do that. But what I like to do is I like to make sure that I know exactly where my intro takes place. So I always make sure exactly where it takes place before I start editing it. So which I did that now because I kind of forgot. And for this, it starts at 3 minutes and 14 seconds for me. So we're gonna go to 3 minutes and right here. We're going to go ahead and go, and we're going to go here. So now that we've gone there, so now we're going to go all the way back, and we're going to shorten it till it gets to right there. So I like to do this, so I always have to do this because it gets, so now that we've done that, we're now going to move it back. We're now going to move it here. And then we can move it here because, well, kind of have to. And now what I like to do is I like to make sure that as soon as it's I like to shorten it. Shorten it all the way to right there. And then I upload it. Then I put it in there again. I put it here. So then I'm able to figure out exactly where it is the second time. So for me, it's about right. It's about right here. So for me, it's technically about right here. So for me, it's about minute 13, minute 7, basically about a minute 14 seconds. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do exactly what we did here. We're going to do it here. This is always very annoying for me to make sure that it lines up perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and move it all the way back to here. Then comes the extremely annoying part, which is right here. So now we do here. And now when I do this, I like to make sure I know exactly where the small part is, so I know exactly where I can basically cut it to make sure that it lines up perfectly. Here. So I put it there. Then what I like to do is I like to click on this and I like to turn the volume down. So this I turn the volume down to about right here. Then for this part right here, which is I like to move it down. I like to move it down to about 36.6 seconds, 0.6 on the audio scale. So I just go do that, and then I just do that, and click on that, which you can either do that. Okay, so that didn't work that time, but we're gonna do this, and for some reason it did not work. Oh, you also have to make sure you put in this put in the this line right here, because otherwise, so, and it always works. You put it down. You put in the right number, the right symbol, which is always going to be that correct symbol, which is always going to be that number. So for this, it always is on the same level. So you can either go like this, which is always a lot more annoying, which is way more annoying, by the way. So that's where you want it to be. 36 is where you want it to be. Then you move on to the next part, which is right here. Do the same thing. 36. You can either do that and then go here, put a 0.6 or 0.7, whichever one you prefer. I'm gonna put 0.6 there. I'm gonna go ahead and do that with everything else. This one has 0.7, so I'm gonna go ahead and move this one to 0.7 as well. This one needs to be at 0.7 as well. All of them need to, you need to make sure that they all are the same, or else it's not gonna sound right. Now we're going to go ahead and click on audio. Click on here. 0.7. Then we're going to put in the second part, which is going to be Ocean, which for me is Ocean by this. I'll put a link down below in the description for the music for all the music I use in the video, because they have to do that with this stuff. Then after that, you're gonna have then make sure you have the right thing. So we're gonna move this to 36.7. Actually, we're gonna make sure it's negative 36.7, or it's not gonna work. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in the outro music, which for me, I always like to make sure that I have the correct outro music in there. Also, you don't want your music to linger for too long, or else it's not going to sound as good as it should. I always like to make sure that my music stays in a little bit before. I'll make sure that so always make sure that it sounds right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do something real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this so you guys can watch me do what I'm supposed to do. But I have to make sure that I know where it is, so I didn't do that with the outro music, which, by the way, the outro music is actually called Can't Slow Down by Reactor Productions. So I'll put a link down below in the description for that as well, because the video I'm making right now is actually going to be in the video I'm making right now. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this so you guys can go ahead and watch the next part. Okay guys, so what you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure that your end track is right here, which is what I did with all the other tracks, and you want to make sure that it's like this. You also want to make sure you know where the part you want it to end at. You want to make sure you know where that is. That's why you always go to the beginning, so you can go to that part easily, a lot easier. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to move it. You're going to move your thing all the way to right here. You want to make sure that you know where it is, which is like right here. You're going to move it all the way back to here, and then you're going to move it all the way back to where it was before, which that usually takes a while. So also make sure you know where it is, and so if you know where it is, you can make the video easier. You can finish making the video easier. So now that you've done that, then you're going to want to move it all the way back to here. then move it all the way to about right here. Then you're going to want to do here, and then you're going to want to, and then if this part right here is too long, then you're going to just do that. You're just going to shorten it to where it's at the exact length, and then you got everything ready. Then what you're going to do is you're going to want to make sure that it is all completely, the audio clip is edited. So you're going to want to double click on it, click here, and then you're going to click here, and then you're going to go to where it was here. So I like to make sure that it's, so what I want to do is I'm going to make sure it's about right here, so that way when I play it, even though it's going to sound a little choppy, I'm hoping it's not, because every single time I'm editing it, it always sounds really choppy, so I'm hoping that it doesn't sound choppy for you guys. So I'm going to play it. If it sounds choppy for you guys, let me know down in the comments. Okay? So, okay, so for what I just heard, it is not actually too hard from right there, but I'm going to just check and see about it from right here. Okay, so it is actually good for us for on that section. Now we're going to go to the part where it does the signature part. Okay, and so that is also good for us. So now that we know what it looks like there, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. So let's go ahead and get into the outro. Not the intro, the outro of this video that I'm making right now. Okay guys, I'm going to have to end it here. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below, as well as let me know down in the comments below what kind of stuff you want me to see do on this channel. Also, remember, I will be doing a hydro dipping video. I just don't know when, because my sister has to get back into the flow of her schedule. So with that, I'll see you guys later.